Anyway, going back to Ganacho, just very, very quickly, being as we're talking about the players behind the striker, and then we'll go back to Joarez. This from Fabrizio saying that Chelsea are focusing on Gittins is obviously true. We've seen that for the last few days from Dortmund. Very, very good source. Beth was talking about it this afternoon. He's like tier 1 for Argentinian football news. Basically saying that Chelsea and Arsenal are 2 of the 3 Premier League clubs in for Ganacho. So if Chelsea are no longer in, that potentially leaves Arsenal and one other. The good thing about Ganacho is I think this is going to happen quickly. Yeah, I think this deal's going to happen quickly because there seems to be competition for him. He's in Italy, I think, at the moment. I think he should go Napoli. That's what I've been thinking for a while. But you know where I am with Ganacho. I did a video on That's Football about him going to Arsenal actually earlier. I think if I was Arsenal, I wouldn't be worried if you got him. I think you might get a good player there. If he's only 20, new start, bit of discipline, I still believe there's a good player there. From a Man United point of view, I accept it's over. There's no point reminiscing or resisting. We need to move forward. So, look, the sooner, the better this happens. And unfortunately, whether you want Ganacho to go or not, and I didn't really want him to go, if I'm being honest, he's going to go. The decision's been made, and wherever he goes, we've got no right to say, you can't go there, you know, this, that, and the other. You know, Amorim, whoever, has to, you know, take responsibility for that, and I respect that. So the sooner we can get that deal done with Ganacho, the better. But it seems like it will happen again before the end of the month, which is great. Joarez has removed Sporting from his socials, says Critical Bite. Should we worry about an Mbeumo hijack, says Henny. No. I've seen a couple of other people talking about this today, but I've said it to you all. I've said it to you all. I've said it to you all. I meant to say I've said it to you all weekend, but I've said it to you all. I've said it to you all. I've said it to you all weekend. This Spurs thing's a load of shit. It's just crap. It's a bit like Semenyo. It's a bit like we've only just started talking to Joarez. This is paper talk. Think about how many news outlets are there scrambling to be relevant around Manchester United. Oh, boss, I've got a great idea. You know, Mbeumo plays for Brentford and Thomas Frank's going to Spurs. How's about this? Thomas Frank wants to take Mbeumo with him to Spurs and it's going to hijack Man United. One problem with that, he's already chosen Man United over better teams than Spurs. Yeah, they're idiots. They won't realise that. They will. Well, there's some idiots that won't. Good point. Print it. Yeah, there's nothing to it. There's absolutely nothing to it. Mbeumo, as per Fabrizio again today, but, you know, you can work it out yourselves. A week ago today, Ornstein Bomber, almost to the minute, a week ago today, he wants Man United. He doesn't want Newcastle. He doesn't want Arsenal. He wants Man United. He ain't a week later going to go, I want Spurs. You know, actually, I want Spurs. I really do. It's just not going to happen. Hello, everybody. Today's clip is supported by Sleeper. Before we dive in, let me tell you a bit more about Sleeper. This app is making serious waves. It was the #1 downloaded sports app in the US during the NFL season, even beating heavyweights such as ESPN and Yahoo. Sleeper isn't just popular, it's because they truly deliver the best fantasy experience. You get deeper customization, more league options, and all the bells and whistles that make managing your fantasy team a blast. But that's not all. Sleeper is growing a fantastic community with several million people using it daily for their sports fix. Sleeper has a broad appeal and is genuinely built for everyone. So, if you're looking to up your fantasy game, make sure to check out Sleeper by clicking the link in the video description. Trust me, you won't regret it. Right, let's get back on with the show. I tell you what, we can't wait. We can't wait. You know what? I love 2 words that mean more than one thing. Can't wait. Can't wait for Joarez means I can't wait for us to sign Joarez. Also means we can't wait to sign Joarez. Basically, if you didn't understand the 2 emotions there, I mean, I'm not Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm excited, can't wait, but I'm also saying, don't wait, get the deal done. So, yeah. I mean, look, I think that there's a lot come out about Joarez in the last few hours, and I think the stance that I have on this is that he clearly wants Manchester United. Now, that's not because I've been told it by anybody. That's not because of what I saw yesterday. I think my stance on, first of all, before I start talking about all the news, my stance on Joarez is that he wants Manchester United. Obviously, I have something from yesterday, but also just in relation to today, it's very clear that he wants Manchester United, in my opinion, and I'll tell you why. Because if Fabrizio Romano was 99% sure that he was going to sign for Man United if we won the Champions League, that means he wants to sign for Man United. You know, that means that he wants to sign for Man United. And what it means is that because we're not in Europe, it's cast a bit of doubt on it. But I actually don't think it's from Joarez. I actually think it's from United in the financials. I've read everything. I've looked at everything. I saw what I saw yesterday, and I think I've cracked the code on this. I don't think it's Joarez not wanting to come to United because of Europe. I think it's United worried about the financials. I think that's what it is. Because I think it's very, very clear that if Fabrizio was 99% before the Champions League final, 99% is a lot. A lot. I think this is a financial thing. I really do. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. One thing I missed from earlier is that the situation is at the moment, and there's a bit of an update from Ben Jacobs as well, but the situation at the moment, as I said earlier, is that Joarez is being monitored by Man United, by Juventus, and by Al Hilal. However, apparently doesn't want to go to Saudi, but there was something I missed, which is Arsenal are monitoring the situation as well, and have been since May. But obviously they are in talks with Sesko at the moment. So that's that's important to remember that Arsenal are still very much in there. But this is what Ben Jacobs has had to say in the last few minutes about it as well. There's something on Ganacho just come in as well from Fabrizio, which I'll talk about. But Ben Jacobs says Joarez is a player on Man United's list, and Joarez is open to moving even without the Champions League football. Bada bing, bada boom. See you later. Oh, where do I get it from? Oh, I'm Henry the Eighth. I am Henry the Eighth. I am. I got married to the widow next door. She's been married 7 times before, and everyone loves a Henry. They wouldn't have a Willie or a Sam. I hadn't even read this. People are going to say that I'd read the Ben Jacobs thing before. I'm not that good. I'm not Daniel Day-Lewis. I hadn't read his tweet before. I hadn't read it before. And even if you don't believe me, you can't take away my pure elation at my brilliance. What did I say to you a couple of minutes ago? I don't think it's him that doesn't want to come to United. I think it's the financials for us. What's Ben Jacobs just said? Joarez is on the list, and Joarez is open to moving without Champions League football. Sporting do not have any formal bids, but are expected to sell for £59 million. Just brilliant. Get in. I literally just said this. I'm literally, well, to be fair, you are in the presence of somebody who used to be a detective. This is why I'm so good at deciphering transfers, because I read what Romano said, I saw what I saw yesterday, and I went, you know what? I wasn't talking to myself. I said, you know what? If Fabrizio's saying he was 99% sure Joarez was coming to us if we won the Champions League final, and I've seen what I saw yesterday, I think he wants to come to Man United. I think he wants to come to Man United no matter what. I think Joarez wants United. I think the issue here is the fee. Where do we get the money from? Because we're committed to Cunha and we're committed to Mbeumo, so where do we get the money from for Joarez? But he wants to come to us. He bloody does. I'm convinced by it. I'm absolutely convinced. Anyway, Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video, because we all know only legends like videos, and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video, and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, as always.